Hey, welcome back to my channel, and we're just going to get straight into it. So I've just come across this funny post on Reddit about Brian Atlas, and I just had to share it with you guys. It really made me laugh to see what other people thought of Brian Atlas. Recently, I've started listening to Brian Atlas, the social experiment called the Whatever Podcast. Now, I didn't know it was a social experiment. His show features a panel of guests, usually about 4 to 5 women and 2 to 3 men, who discuss dating and relationships. The discussions are interesting, but some of the people on there irk me a little bit. Me too, buddy, me too. For example, a lot of the men on there obsess over a girl's body count. I don't understand why it matters so much unless she's a sex addict or is catching STIs. Fair. They also discuss feminism and gender roles on the show, which I enjoy. But it usually ends up being the men steamrolling on the women. That's an interesting point, isn't it? And saying some questionable to ridiculous statements. He's loving the show, but he's definitely aware that they are making some ridiculous statements. I just found some of the answers to this post very telling about Brian Atlas. It sucks. It's just a way to try and red pill boys and young men who are trying to figure out how to talk to girls. Someone else. Now, we do have to remember this is Reddit before I read this out. Everything's alleged. One of the dudes on the podcast threw a glass bottle at a woman's face outside a club in Japan. I mean, I don't know how he would know that. Severely damaging her forehead and leaving a scar and trauma for life, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not going to put that on him. But I found it interesting that one of the replies under that was, I think it's the modern life dating, dude. Is it the modern life dating? Is that where we're at? Now, a few people definitely agree with me that the Whatever Podcast is literally made for incels. Now, we can all decide ourselves whether we think Brian Atlas and his views are incel, misogynist or what. But what the problem is, people believe in him. Let's listen to one of the comments that were left. The stats show men are avoiding women. This is a huge deal in medical and scientific circles. If the studies show that 1 out of 3 men between the ages of 18 to 29 are either virgins or celibate, and if the number one way people are meeting today is through social media, then the stats show women only find 5% of men attractive enough to date. That's a whole lot of... These are the sort of people that are listening to Brian and his gang of little minions. People like this, they actually think that Brian is actually spitting facts instead of opinions. That's the sort of comments that I found absolutely hilarious. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.